taking a bow. Ooh, nice yoga stretch. Yes. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Cheryl and Lady coming to you from the deck today. No, I have not yet cleaned it up. And I wanted to show you the progress of the seedlings from this new mini greenhouse that I got and I put together. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how I did that. It was really simple. I was surprised, but it's just opened up the area that I have to start seedlings on, and it's given me a lot more room. Here are the onions. They were, I think they were the first things I sowed, and that was back in February 11th. So with the onions, they were getting very long and flopping over. So what I did was I gave them a little haircut and I trimmed them, like leaving about 2 inches, and they've grown up pretty straight. But people say that they do this maybe twice before they're planted, and they don't mind it, and it keeps them straight and not collapsing on each other. So this is how they're doing. Here are the peas. I just sowed them on March 15th. So in less than 3 days they had sprouted, and they're coming along. And here's some broccolis and some lettuce. Some of this is a little bit slower to come up than others. And then up here, we've got more of the brassicas. And this is the little microgreen tray I'm growing. And I put the dill and the lemon balm in here. They're enjoying it. So basically I'm using this right now for the cool weather crops. And then inside, we've got the peppers. We had a nice stretch of weather in the 50s during the day and the 40s at night, but now in the next couple of days it's going to be down in the 20s at night, and I don't trust putting them in the unheated greenhouse. So I'm just going to leave them in here until it's time to harden them off. And here are the tomatoes. I sowed these very heavily with the intent that I would, thin them out. But now I'm looking at them as potential food, a lot of potential food. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot them up. Frodo says hi. I'm going to pot them up, and I'm going to be giving them away to people who want to start their own tomatoes. Here's some Swiss chard. I already moved these on because they were growing very closely together. So I left 2 per cell. I think that's going to be enough room. We'll get some cinnamon on there. I had to reapply some cinnamon. And this is cabbage. This is the Copenhagen cabbage. It's kind of happy. And here is finally the celery coming up. When did I sow this? I sowed this February 27th, so it's almost a month. And this is how slow they grow. You see how tiny they are? When they're this tiny, I don't like to bottom water them. I just use a mister and I spray on top so that the little leaves won't dry out. And that's really all the moisture they need because their roots aren't that big yet. And then here are some beets that I just sowed, less than a week ago. They're coming up very nicely. And down here we have marigolds and impatiens and some romaine. That's little gem that is sprouted a while ago, and then next to it is where I planted the Paris Isle Cause romaine, and that's not done anything. So I don't know if the seeds are bad or if I might have forgotten to just plant in there. That's happened before. But I'll give it a couple of days more and then I'll resow it. Some tomatoes. And I have to say I'm very pleased with the fact that I have seen very, very few fungus gnats. Actually, I only saw one and I was able to grab it and smush it. So the cinnamon's doing its job, and boiling the water and putting it into the potting mix seems to have also helped a lot. So I'm pleased about that. And one of the things I wanted to remind you of is that if you're going to do this on a sunny window like I have, you need to rotate them twice a day. You need to just take the tray up, and the other thing you do to help your indoor, especially seedlings, is you give them a little wave, and this helps make their necks sturdy. This is the eggplant. And I want to give you a quick update on Mancini, the pepperoncini. He's doing quite well. As you can see, he has 5 leaves now. And just as a reminder, I started him in this single pot from one single seed. This is the challenge, the single seed challenge that was issued by Scott Head from the Black Gumbo channel. And the idea is to take one single seed, any plant you want, and you nurture that seed from the time you sow it to the time you harvest it, and when you collect the seeds. And I planted him on February 18th. He sprouted about 10 days later, and he's just been going to town in his little pot. He just got some fresh fertilizer and watered from the bottom up. And if you're interested in doing your own single seed challenge, I'm going to link to Scott's channel below, and he can give you a good explanation as to the philosophy of why it's a good idea for gardeners to take this challenge. Oh, and if you're wondering what this box is in the background, it's going to be a surprise for a later video. Okay. So I did break down and get some grow lights. I found these on Amazon. It's a clamp, which solved my problem of not being able to get any electricity over onto this side without, you know, having cords going all over the room. There's 3 lights. It's pretty cool. You can set the timer. I've got it on 12 hours. So, and in here, I got this brand new 60 cell tray, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But in here I've got a bunch of flowers growing. I've got these leggy ones here, hibiscus. I've got a bunch of zinnias that are just starting to pop up. I've got nasturtium, calendula. So this is the seed tray I'm talking about. This was designed by one of my absolute favorite gardener who has a wonderful YouTube channel called... Anyway, if you can see, he designed this. And so I ordered, they go very fast, so I ordered it when it was available. And he designed it so that you could literally put your fingers through and pop out the seedling easily without having to crush the tray. But it's very durable plastic, and it should last for hopefully a very long time. So as you can see, it was really very simple. It probably took me about a half an hour. I don't move very fast. But the point is, if I can do it, so can you. And now I have a bunch of new shelves to open up some of my space in my house. Like the new greenhouse, lady? From the Ladies Garden and Home, enjoy your gardening journey. Say goodbye, lady. Say goodbye.